하고 좀 해가지고. We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Tịnh chuyên diệu vào luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sananto Suchedo Ye Alahodi San Miao San Puto Xie. Nam mô Tát Đạc Tha Tô Già Đa Gia A La Ha Đề Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Tọa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I am able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou chi Yuan Jie Ru Lai Zhen Shi Yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Sutra, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns and all good known advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、智者大师、师父、师父上人、各位知识人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Trí Giả Đại sư, Thượng Tọa Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức, A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the last day of February 2026. Thank you for joining our discussion of the Vimalakirti Sutra. We are in a section in the sutra. This is a fun sutra. It's very easily understood, and we're lucky in that we're able to analyze Great Master Sutra's explanation of the sutra as well. So it's got everything for everyone, casual people to people who are looking for more substance as well. Okay, we're on slide 713. This section here is talks about Buddha lands, Pure Lands in particular. Pure Lands are much better than the heavens. No two ways about it. This is a Buddhist secret. Most Buddhist practitioners, they don't understand about Pure Land because most of the practitioners in Buddhism are Hinayana practitioners, where the Hinayana teachings do not have Pure Land Dharma at all. But the Asian practitioners, many of them are Mahayana practitioners, believe in Pure Land Buddhism. And Pure Land is by far much better than the heavens, as we know. Here in our South world, many people aspire to be born to the heavens because it's quite pleasant. quite much more pleasurable than life here in our human realm. However, if you compare the heavens up there, which many different layers of heavens up there, compared to any of them to the Pure Land, like Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, it's no comparison. It's comparing like day and night, okay? And so this section here talks about if you practice giving, that is the Pure Land. And those who practice giving will be born to the Pure Land, okay? And we're finishing on this topic about giving. So those who keep precepts more finely, more strictly, even to the point of practicing meditation, giving rise to a mind or enunciation, giving, are born in the form realm. And so this is what happens to non-Buddhist practitioners and Buddhist practitioners as well. When you first start practicing meditation, you have to climb through. You practice meditation, you increase your concentration, you'll be able to have access to the form realm. What does access mean? It means that at your time of death, your chances of being reborn to the form realm or the form realm heavens up there, there are 4 different levels of form realms, are much higher than ordinary people who do not have concentration. The majority of the people down here have 0 concentration, meaning they're scattered. They get distracted constantly. They cannot put their mind on one thing at a time. Okay? So those people who have some concentration, some dhyana, some samadhis, okay, then they be reborn. They have a chance to be reborn to the form realm. What does it take? Usually, people like the Tibetans, they practice the Dharma of death. They manipulate the consciousness so that at time of death, they'll be able to increase the chances of being to come back here in a better body, in a better stations, better conditions. But that still is not advisable. You still are better off being reborn to the Pure Land. Whereas, because as you do these things, most people don't realize at the time of death, they have 0 control of where you're going to go next. Okay? Because where you're going to go next depends on the karmas you created this current life, the karmas at the time of death, and the karmas that happens after your time of death. Meaning that in Buddhism, even after you die, you still have a chance to increase your lot by the 49-day Dharma. Okay? And so the non-Buddhists don't know better. They only aspire to be reborn to the heavens. Primarily, for example, the Hindus, they aspire to be reborn to a formless realm, to be near their Vishnus, the gods and goddesses. All right? But they still belong to the heavens up there. And those heavens there, meaning from concentration level 1 to level 8, they're still worldly concentration levels. Okay? You have that. You have now given the key to access the heavens, hopefully. All right? That's how it works. But that's not it. In Buddhism, if you want to be reborn in the heavens, you can practice accordingly. But we hope you go a little bit further by practicing the sound hearers or Shravaka or Pratika Buddha, which is a condition enlightened to conditions. Those are much, much higher levels than the heavens, okay? And you'll be a lot happier. No 2 ways about it. Okay? And so that's the next level where when you practice giving, according to the Dharma of the sound hearers, or Shravakas, or Pratyeka Buddhas, then and what do? You contemplate emptiness, accord with impermanence, utilizing selection, renunciation, giving up a body and life and wealth, they attain the path of two vehicles. So the Hinayana people, they taught these dharmas of practice that will bring them to a next good life, better life next time. Okay? So they contemplate the truth and impermanence. It's just there's a list of these things here, according to Master Chucha. And this is what's so great about him. He's so detailed. He says, this is the comprehensive list of the dharmas you need to practice in great details, okay? Which is really, really remarkable, okay? But unfortunately, for me personally, that belongs to the realm of the intellect, of the scholars, because most of us cannot remember these things, okay? And you get lost in excessive details. You get lost in the forest, okay? If you are a teacher, you're a scholar, definitely you can look into these teachings. But for us practitioners, okay, we want to go up the ladder as high as we can, as soon as possible, so that we don't get sidetracked. Okay, this is a problem with life in a Saha world. We easily get sidetracked. By what? Just to throw a few ideas around, you get sidetracked by food and drinks, by what are we distracted by? Money. And that's exactly wealth in particular. Nowadays, it's gold. Not dollars, okay? Don't buy dollars, buy gold. Okay. Number 3, what else are we distracted by? Absolutely. He said, Brady. Okay? What else are we distracted by? Fame. And the last one that we're very attached to? Sleep. Absolutely. You know, these people, when they become the left home people, they get up at 3 in the morning, they go to the morning ceremony. You know what they want? Sleep. That's all they care about. Not food, not nothing, just let me sleep some more. Poor buggers. Okay? So you practice giving, you give all sorts of things, you give up your life, your body, your wealth, okay? And that's how you free yourself. This is the concept here, folks. This is very important. If you want to elevate yourself, okay? You want to elevate your status, or elevate your next body, your next life, you have to do what? To let go of the attachments of this current life. Isn't it interesting? It's common sense when you think about it. But this is what Buddhism is so precise. The Buddha teaches there are certain things that you are more attached to than others. Don't tell me about letting go all desires, but talk to me about letting go desire for food, for sleep, for fame. That increases my chances of liberation, of being happier. Because then you can be reborn to the heavens, and higher and higher and higher. See that? So the more you hoard, for example, you hoard money, okay, T-bills, like Warren Buffett is doing nowadays. He sold his stocks and buy short-term U.S. T-bills, treasury bills, not stocks. not bonds, T-bills, okay? Very attached, okay, to money, okay? At 95 years old, 96 years old, would you believe? You think he'd be free after all these years, making billions upon billions of dollars? His company is worth $1 trillion, you know that? He's still attached to money. Some people never change, never learn. Okay, and so you have great compassion vows like King Sibi, who gave his body in place of a dove, and this is called fulfillment of giving up a body. So this, you know that this anecdote, don't you? In a prior life, the Buddha was a king. Okay, and he's a very good king by the name of King Sibi. Okay. And one day, there is a dove that's being pursued by an eagle. Okay, and the dove desperately trying to evade the eagle, but the eagle is too fast. So eventually, the dove had no choice. He got tired, so he flew into the palace of King Sibi. Okay, and King Sibi happened to be at his balcony admiring the Korean landscape. I mean, the landscape of his country. Okay, Koreans are crazy about that. Did you know that? Koreans, what they do on their free time, they go to the forest, they walk around, looking around. Oh, nice. What do we do in America? Watch movies. Much faster. Okay, so King Sibi was in the balcony, enjoying the scenery, and the dove flew right into his chest, and fluttering, and right behind him was following close behind was an eagle. So the dove at the time, long time ago, the animals could speak the human language. It said, "Save me, help me, save me." And the king said, "Okay, here, go into my royal robe." and so the dove walked the royal robe. Oh, nice. And not long after, the eagle followed and said, "Where is my dove?" The king says, "Why do you want the dove?" He said, "I'm hungry." So the king says, "Yeah, but you can't eat the dove. The dove is under my protection." Then the eagle is very, very smart. He says, "It's not fair. You're a king. You're supposed to be fair. How can you protect a dove and let me die of starvation?" Okay? So you choose to give life to the dove and give me death. You're so unfair. You're no good king. And that's how you need to talk to King Sibi. Okay, king, I'm a good king. How can you talk to me like that? So he said, "I tell you what, you can eat my body." Ooh. The eagle said, "Yeah? Are you for real? Or are you just a Republican?" Just promises. And the king took out a knife, steak knife. Let me remind you, a steak knife. He happened to be close by, and cut a piece of flesh in his body and give it to the eagle. And the eagle, just like a dog, you know. My dog, when you give him a piece of meat, and he swallows it. No chewing. Same thing with the eagle here. And then licking his beak. Nice. Oh, royal meat is so tasty. I'm so hungry. King, really? You have a big appetite. Cut another piece, feed it to the eagle. And pretty soon, the eagle kept on asking for more meat. And the king is really something else. He keep on cutting his body, cutting his body, cutting his body, to the point where he can't lift weight anymore. No more muscles. And to Brady, that is like a sentence of death. And so at the end, it's no more meat left. It must hurt a lot. Can you imagine? A steak knife. At least use a samurai sword or something. It's much sharper. And so at the end, when he has no meat left, the eagle laughed and said, and manifested as Wan Yin Bodhisattva, and poof, flew away. And that's what happened to King Sibi. So King Sibi was a former incarnation of Shakyamuni Buddha. And that's how he practiced giving his own body to help others. Okay, that's what giving is about. Okay, this is standard, folks. Don't talk about giving, okay, until you can do that. Anyone? It's hard, isn't it? Good thing that we're not a king. Okay. Giving up life is in a treatise where Shakyamuni and Devadana in past life is dear kings. Okay. And again, in other lifetimes where Shakyamuni Buddha was a deer king, and he gave his life to protect a mother deer in his flock. Okay. So he went to death to substitute her to the slaughterhouse, to the king, to feed the king, and so forth. So the Buddha himself gave up his life in so many lifetimes. Okay, so this is what is kind of discouraging to me when I heard these stories first. I said, Jesus, I gave up all this and now I have to learn how to cut my flesh off to feed others. Buddhism is so hard. I think I stick with Hinayana. We don't have to do that Hinayana, okay? But anyway, luckily for you, for us, we don't have to go to such extremes, okay? But this is how he became a Buddha eventually. For me, I'll take my time, okay? You work up the courage to do that. Ooh. Okay, and even at the time when he was a crown prince, his father threw him out of the royal palace because he made a huge mistake, and which threatened the security of the kingdom. And so his father said, "You're not worthy to be the crown prince anymore. Get out." So the prince put all his possession on a cart, and his wife, who's also Suddhodana, which also the same wife they've had for many, many lifetimes. Can you imagine having the same person as a wife, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime? Brady, how about that? Too much. And then, so the crown prince looked at his wife and said, "I'm the one who's thrown out. You don't have to leave." And but she says, "No, I'm with you." Okay, so she left with the crown prince, and then the two sons left with them. And so they carried all their royal things, her pearl necklaces, her diamond rings, and so forth, all those things, the jade, Wan Yin jade pendants, and so forth, along the way. Okay, as the crown prince, ex-crown prince were pulling the cart, okay, and people around look at how beautiful your jewelries are. So they started giving away their possessions to the point they gave the cart away as well. Nothing left, only the crown prince, his wife, and the 2 children. Okay, and they went even further, and there is a Brahmin who looked at his 2 sons and said, nice. and the crown prince says, you want my sons? Is that what you want? And he said, yeah. And the crown prince and Suddhodana, his wife, said, don't you dare, don't you dare. And the princess said, oh honey, I'm so thirsty, will you go get me some water? And so she went down the river, get the water, and Prince gave to his 2 children, his 2 sons to the Brahmin, go, quickly, before she comes back. And then that's how he gave away his 2 children. And later, for your reference, they walked further, and someone asked for his wife. He said, okay, you take my wife. And that's where Rodney Dangerfield learned it from. Take my wife. Okay? Now you hear all the history of American culture. Dating back to India. All right. So we talked about the giving based on the Hinayana teaching. The next level is giving based on the connective teaching. And again, it's all sorts of things. It's very detailed. Let's not go into it, okay? We just ate a heavy lunch. Let's take it easy. Next. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. When I do this, I mean, there's something interesting that's helpful to us, to your cultivation. So let's go back to this slide here, okay? Connective teaching is the teaching between the arhats and the bodhisattva. In order to go from arhat to bodhisattva, it's very difficult. Therefore, you need to prepare, build a foundation, build a bridge, if you will. So connective teaching is the bridge connecting the 2 worlds, okay? Very far apart, if you will, very different. Of what's interesting here in the connective teaching is that the 3 matters are empty, like illusions, giving rise to great compassion, pity for living beings, even giving up body, life, wealth. Okay, here's the mean. In Hinayana, okay, in a low level here, we learn to look at everything as empty. Okay, that's how you are able to let go. An arhat, for example, looks at us and we come to you and say, Master, can I give you a red envelope? Okay, and you give it to me and say, yeah, please, thank you so much. But an arhat, okay, look at the envelope as, no, don't give it to me. No, it's empty. It doesn't mean anything to me. Would you believe? Anyway, so the Hinayana teaching, they look at everything as empty. They are attached to nothing at all. All right? And when you go to the next level teaching of training, now you look at the 3 matters are empty, like illusions. Okay? And even though they're empty, they're illusions, but you still give rise to compassion and pity for living beings. Now, instead of looking at yourself, what's important to you, you look at what's important to others. That's the whole point. Now, you will become more mature. You become more engaged to society. You no longer say, me. Okay? But it's, I'm not attached, but I feel that because you're not like me, you still have attachments, I will have to do something to help you with your suffering. That's connective teaching. And you think that's easy? No, it's not. This is a trouble, the problem with Hinayana practitioners. When they see everything is empty, nothing matters anymore. Not money, not fame, not food, not clothing, not cars, not houses. not bitcoins, okay? Nothing. So you let go of everything, you disconnect it from the world. You basically are useless to the world. You only know yourself. Nothing else matters to you. Okay? This connective teaching says, yeah, I know it's empty to you, but it's not to me. Have pity for me. Is that clear? Yes, 6. It's a wake-up call. Connective teaching is a wake-up call.
Master, I'm thinking, if this is a true teaching for us to give up our body and our life, but especially our wealth, does that mean logically one who would go so far as to give up his wealth at the time of death, they would still reach arhatship?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, that seems like such a logical, informative way to end your life. And I'm surprised that more millionaires and Warren Buffetts and so forth don't practice it.
They don't because of this is a small problem called children. They come to you and say, Daddy, Daddy, I love you, but don't make me suffer. Okay, it's very difficult. Okay, and this is when you get emotional. It's like the old Warren Buffett. You know what he said? He said, his word of wisdom. He says, by the time you die, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how famous you are, how big of a house you live in. You know what matters? You're surrounded by people who love you. They got to him. That's my conclusion. When I heard that, I said, oh, that's it. This guy's been had. That's what happened. I know that because when I was younger, a lot of my friends, when they have older grandmas and grandpas, they told me, this is in the Midwest, it says, we have a monthly routine. We go and visit our grandma, our grandpa, once a month to remind them about us. So much wisdom, the Americans. Jesse knows what I'm talking about. He's from Iowa. Nebraska. Oh, excuse me.
Never accuse someone of being from Iowa.
Yeah, he looks like from Nebraska. That's true. Okay, and so what are the 3 matters? San Shi. Okay, and according to Master Tutor Chuyi, okay, there are the 3 things are, the 3 matters are the giver, the receiver, and the gift. And they see as empty. When you practice giving, the perfection in giving is that you see that the giver is empty, the receiver is empty, and the gift itself is empty. Then you become an arhat. It's very simple. You don't need to do much. Just give until you see that what you're giving is really nothing. You are nothing, and he's nothing. Okay? Yeah. And for Master YongHua, I talk about 3 wheels. We run through this again, the concept 3 wheels. Actually, the better translation is 3 substances. Okay? Lun is okay, but Lun here has a concept of perfection, of support. Okay? But But it doesn't matter. And the point here is that the concept is the three matters, or the three wheels, or the three substances, referring to that happens in the process of giving. The giver, the receiver, and the gift. All right? And for your reference, okay, there are 9 kinds of giving here, and Bhumi is giving, okay, with 9 kinds. What are the 9 kinds of giving? This is kind of interesting too, for your reference, okay, because we learn about giving from the Chinese. They talk about giving of 3 things: giving of Dharma, giving of wealth, giving of fearlessness, right? That's a general classification of giving. Here we have more details, okay, for your reference, to see what type of giving that you're good at and what you are still lacking in other areas, if you will, okay? There are 9 kinds of giving here, according to the sutra called the Bodhisattva Ground, maintaining the ground sutra. It's a giving of inherent nature. I got some translation here from the Chinese text, but a very good translation. Where is it from? ChatGPT? Is that good nowadays? Wow, you got a lot better recently. Impressive. All right. AI making progress by leaps and bounds. Okay, giving of inherent nature. Inherent nature here refers to your Buddha nature, meaning what? Your nature is that of giving. You like to give. Sounds familiar? Huh? We like to give, don't we? When we're not sleeping, we should have, when I was younger in Vietnam, we have this rubber band. Okay, so it's kind of interesting because it reminds you that we like to give. Our nature is that of giving. Give to our children, give to our friends, give to the poor, give to the rich. We give, okay? That giving there is kind of interesting. It arises from your intrinsic compassion. You have compassion. Says who? Master Teacher, don't tell me. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, but I do have compassion. Okay? And not only do you have compassion, you also, if you are a bodhisattva, you make a vow to practice giving. Okay? So giving is your inherent virtue. To give is to practice virtue and not dependent upon external prompting, meaning like, I'm hungry. Come on, give me some. Give me a discount. Okay? No prompting necessary. Yeah, cool. You have to remind you that you don't need to be reminded you're supposed to give because you give naturally. But guess what? Because we scam so often that we don't give anymore. Every time someone comes close to try to ask something, are you trying to steal from me now? And this is a conditioning that the Dharma ending age is doing to us. But inherently, we like to give because we have compassion. Isn't it cool to know that you are really much better than you really are? Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. There's a question here from Dean Tai. Master, when we practice giving, do we need to give what people need, or just give to give? Thank you.
It doesn't. It depends. It depends on the circumstances. Okay. Sometimes we should be practicing giving when we can, when we have an opportunity. Keep it very simple. Okay, don't think so much. I want you to go through these 9 different types of giving to help you understand the difficulties, the challenges. If you see these cases and you're able to do that, that means your blessings are more. Okay, so the next one, giving up everything. The first one is that even though your nature is to give, remember, give without being asked. It's very important. All right? Well, second point of giving. Giving with everything. Okay? Giving everything meaning that you give things that are internal and external. Meaning what? Internal is your body. Inside your body, your organs, your eyes, your kidneys, and so forth. Those are internal. Okay, that's called inner wealth. And the giving outer wealth, meaning things outside, like your eagle coins, silver coins, and so forth. All those things of value are outer wealth. Okay? And so you give inside and outside, and more than that, you do more, you step it up by doing Dharma giving, meaning speaking Dharma to others, okay? And giving a fearlessness with no stinginess. Very key here, giving everything meaning that you give. And there's no thought of stinginess. Okay? How do you have no thoughts of stinginess, if you will? You might wonder. How? You didn't know? You've been practicing Mahayana for 10 years, 20 years with me. You still don't know? So you've been very stingy, aren't you? Yeah. Got you again. Huh? How can you give without stinginess? Yes, sir. G.I. Joe.
You never consider it's a loss.
Never consider a loss. That's stingy. You're calculating. Yes, 6.
Is it giving with less thoughts, with no thoughts?
Then you're a robot. Android. Yes, too.
You're giving without remember.
Without remembering. So you have Alzheimer's. 5. Yeah? What other disease
you don't always
you
think you give people. You think people own you. You don't have that thought. You just give. That's it. Forget it.
Boy, are you sick? Yes, 5. You guys always choose the easy way out. I mean, I am amazed at how.
I don't know how do you. What is stinginess? I mean, thinking of what you get out of it.
What you get out of it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, today we seem to have more left-home people than lay people. Wow. Online. Combined everywhere. Okay? Kind of interesting. Anyway, lots of mouths to feed. Okay. Yeah. So how do you give without stinginess?
ask back without asking things back.
Without asking the things back. You want to ask, but you don't. But you say you're not supposed to ask. Okay. Anyone else? Boy, are you in trouble? Yes, Seven in the back.
When you give it, you don't expect anything back.
You expect
You don't
nothing.
expect anything back. You just give it because you want to. You feel like you want to give, and without anything back, because I believe when you give it with your heart, more come back to you to different ways.
Yeah, someone recently gave me a doll with expecting nothing back from me. Okay, not bad. DTT.
Emitofuo Master, I think giving without stinginess is when one can empty the receiver, the object, and the giver.
You don't know what you're talking about. Next. GF.
That's when you, without the ego or self, without thinking about yourself, which is without ego.
Without ego, without thinking by yourself. I don't know what she's talking about. She's too advanced for me. Anyone else? It's not wrong, but it's too advanced. And yes, too.
I think it's a giving without discrimination mind.
Without discriminating mind. You got to be out of your mind. Yes, 5.
Let's say I want to donate money to the temple.
Yeah, let's say.
Okay, let's just say. And I mentioned it to my tax guy. I said, I'd like to give some money to the temple.
Uh-huh.
But then he says, well, okay, you might want to give some money, but you should consider these points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
get a tax receipt.
Yeah.
Get a receipt.
And then he says, and it should be portioned out this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. I'm like, oh, now what I wanted to do is kind of like, kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So.
Change accountant. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? How do you give without stinginess? You guys talk and talk and talk. I just don't see you how you go about this, how you're going to become being able to give without stinginess. This is the sickness of the world nowadays. People talk about it, they think they understand, but they don't. Master Z, how do you give without stinginess? You're the teacher.
Master, we should give what we feel that we can.
Give what?
We giving out what we can.
What give out what you can? What about what you can't? You calculating again? Go first. Can't hear you. Unmute yourself. Change the battery. Speak louder. Use sign language. These are real characters, people in Gold Forest.
Yeah, I said just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Exactly. If you keep giving, every time you give, say, ooh, that's too much. Okay? Or, ooh, that's too little. Okay? It's going to happen naturally, don't you think? I don't know about you. When I give some fruits out, I say, ooh, that's too big. I should give a smaller apple. She can't eat it. Okay? So you're constantly calculating. That's natural for us. So what do is that you keep on giving. As soon as you say, that's too much, no, you start calculating, then you give more. And you give more than you're supposed to. You give more, until you have nothing left to give. That's what the Buddhas do. When they practice giving, they give and give and give and give until there's nothing left. Okay? Then there's nothing to be stingy about. Okay? And if I am given a chance to influence you, start first with the temple. Just kidding. Got that? Next. 3. Difficult giving. Giving what is difficult to relinquish in difficult circumstances or at difficult times, including cherished possessions or giving amidst hardship and danger. Okay? Giving when it doesn't make sense to you. Okay? That's difficult giving. No, not for you, right? Doesn't make sense. 4. Giving through all means, 一解门是. Okay, such a nice translation. Giving through all means. What a beautiful translation. I would have translated as every door giving, which is ridiculous translation. This is such an elegant way of translating. ChatGPT, you got me. As a fan, okay? Giving through very skillful means, adapting the capacity, sense in beings, and applying appropriate methods of giving. Okay? No restrictions. Isn't that cool? You don't say, I'm going to give you only in won, in dong, or in dollars. Okay? You give using various expedients. That's called giving through all means. Meaning, anything goes. You give everything. You don't say, no, that's off limits. Not my Ethereum coins. Okay. I need to have something to feed my family. Okay? Look at your faces, your eyes. I know none of you knew about this. Isn't it interesting? Huh? It shows here the intricacies of the Dharma of giving. If you understand these details, then you will maximize your practice, maximize your blessings. Even Xin Xin's impressed. Look at her. She said, oh yeah? And the Nebraska man, look at him. He's so happy. No one ever taught me how to give, the Americans. The thing is, giving is like through charity only. See this? Giving to charities is nowhere near the rewards. Okay? The benefits of practicing these types of givings. Who's better off now? 5, giving of a virtuous person. It's not you, let's move on. 6, okay, you want to talk about this. Giving performed with pure and wholesome mind, free from greed, anger, and delusion, not motivated by fame, gain, or expectation of reward. That's you, clearly. Yeah? Okay. 6, giving in all actions, all practices. Giving integrated into all activities, walking, standing, sitting, lying down, speaking, silence, movement, stillness, pervading bodily, verbal, mental conduct. Talking about giving is so demanding. Huh? Everything, every single breathing moment, you give. Wow, that's amazing. Meaning what? This person here, the superior person here, the mind is set on giving. That's what they do all day, 24/7. And I cite one person, my teacher, Master YongHua. He's as close as this number 6 type of giving as anyone else I've ever met in person. That's him. Incredible. And when I was young and I came to his Dharma, his disciples, my senior Dharma brothers and sisters, they told me they really admired my teacher because they said he was selfless. He was as selfless as a person as they have ever met alive. And they missed the point. It's not about selfless. It's about giving of himself. Everything he has. At all times. That's number 6. Get it? I want you to understand better than that, because you can achieve much, you can go a lot further if you have a better understanding of the Dharma. Is that clear? Okay. 7, giving that removes affliction. What are we talking about? Giving that removes affliction, sufferings of sentient beings, not your own afflictions. Whether through material aid, Dharma instruction, or bestowing fearlessness. So what does it mean here, number 7? Now, number 7 is that when you see someone is afflicted, you give. You practice giving to relieve them and to help them erase their afflictions. Is that clear? That is so beautiful. You know, typically, someone yells at you, and someone scolds you, and someone screams at you, and says, "Why you talk to me like that? What did I do to you?" No, that's a wrong response. The response of a superior person is that, boy, you must be really suffering. What can I do? What can I give you to relieve your afflictions? Eight, giving that brings happiness in this life and future lives. Okay, there's no need to explain this. When you practice giving, it will improve your current life and future lives, guaranteed. You never lose. When you practice giving, you always gain. Okay? However, if you, so this is number 8 here, what's lacking in number 8 is the fact that it should be added here in number 8, that it's a fact when you practice giving, it will improve your quality of life right now, and will also increase the quality of life in the future as well. Okay? But it's about being smart and knowing, how to maximize your blessings. Okay? Okay, so number 8 here, I feel a little bit short. It falls short of the definition. Something went wrong here, but I'm disappointed with number 8. It's not complete. Okay, we know in principle that when you give, okay, there's a multiplier that comes back to you. You give 1, okay. It should come back to you 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times. That's how you get wealthy. You get wealthy by giving, not by stealing, not by scamming others. Scamming others, stealing others will make you poor only. Guaranteed. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. This is from Nacho. He says, question from the Spanish channel. Good afternoon, Master. About giving.
Hola. Or is it ole? I forgot.
Hola.
Okay.
I would like to
Ole.
know. Ole, right? I would like to know if when giving, is there a limit? This is for people who abuse the virtues in others. And there's a question here. Can I ask a question on number 8? The number 8 in Chinese means enjoy giving this life and next life. Oh, that's from Zihong, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, the joy. But the joy is not the main thing. This is why I feel 8 is a little bit fall short of my standard. Okay? That's just joy. Joy is only part of life. Or happiness. Love here could be joy, could be happiness, could be bliss. Lots of good things. Okay. Question about from the Spanish channel. What's the question again?
Yes, sorry about that. I would like to know if when you're giving, is there a limit? This is for people who abuse the virtues in others.
It depends. Assuming you're Bodhisattva, this is 9 kinds of giving of the Bodhisattvas, not ordinary people. This is our standards, okay? This is not like philanthropy or rational giving and so forth. This is nonsense. Bodhisattva do things that are nonsense, okay? Totally irrational, okay? So is there a limit to giving to the Bodhisattvas? The answer is no. There's no limit. Okay, when I was joined Master YongHua as a left-form person, I was a novice back then. Actually, that's the only time I was with them is I was a novice. That's why I was severely abused, heavily abused, and so the question is about, is there a limit? And I was taught by one of his disciples, elder disciples. He says, the way that Master YongHua taught them is you're supposed to give. Let's say you give them a blanket because they're cold. You give them a blanket. This is actually a pretty good lesson. I really appreciate that lesson. And so the man, this is a homeless person, says, "Oh, I'm so cold. Well, here's a blanket." And so the man is thankful. Says, "Okay, how nice of you. Can I have your jacket?" And Master YongHua taught him, "Yeah, you give your jacket. You don't hesitate. You give your jacket." And the man says, "What about your socks? Can I have your socks?" You give him your socks. Okay? And then he says, "What about your pajamas? Can I have your pajamas?" You give him your pajamas. You keep on giving and giving and giving until the end is you give him your wife. "Here, take my wife." American jokes. Sorry, folks. You Asians don't like these American jokes. Don't appreciate these American jokes. Okay, and so there's no limit to giving at all. It's totally irrational. Why? Because it's beneficial for you. And that's something that really terrified me when I heard that story. He said, Master taught them that you're supposed to keep on giving and giving and giving until there's nothing left. And I said, I stick with Hinayana, okay? It's too much. This is irrational. I can't do that. So now you know the truth. Deep down, I'm Hinayana. Yes, DTT.
Thank you, Master. I would like to ask you, how can I or can we give, but a part of material things? Because I understand how to give material things like money or physical things. But can you give us instructions to how to do, like, or give apart from materials?
I don't understand the question.
My question is about giving, instruct us about giving.
What about it?
I understand about giving material things, like money or clothes or food, but how about the giving that is not material or physical? I don't know.
Physical. What's giving that's not material, but it's physical? Give me an example.
Yeah, for example, maybe, I don't know, the time, giving work. So I don't know, how can we improve the giving?
Okay, giving of time? Time is money. So it's equivalent to giving money. What else are you considering besides times?
Work.
Work? It's money. Your labor is worth something. What else? You in travel, so giving of points, travel points, that's money. What else? Okay, everything is money. You ask me. Money, money, money. Okay, thank you everyone. Finally, 8. Let me correct myself. Now I have a chance to read this. Okay, I should read these things myself. This is embarrassing. I'm with you. I missed the point here, number 8. What is the point, number 8, that Chu Hung is trying to tell me? It's good to have Chinese disciples. They understand Chinese, you know. When you don't understand English, they understand Chinese. To the rescue. What is the point? Hey, China person, Taiwan person, excuse me. What's the point here, number 8? Very important point, folks. Oh boy, this is so important. Oh God, how can you practice giving without understanding this? Hey, Mama. Huh? What's the point here? Read Chinese. Come on. You Chinese-speaking people. What does it tell you? It says, one very important aspect of giving is what? She doesn't listen. She takes away my listeners. Jeez, that's not giving, that's taking. Huh? Go for it.
But I think this is about not just taking care of people this lifetime, but also help them get to a better place next lifetime.
No. Anyone else?
Okay, I think Zhi Hong is trying to say that not just giving this lifetime, but also giving next lifetime.
No. Anyone else?
Common group.
No. Anyone else? Huh? I'm so glad that we linger around this, otherwise we would miss on this very important part of giving. Oh my God, this is so important. It's something that little Apple here needs to know. I mean, worried about you. Yeah? 6.
I would say giving of knowledge.
You're in trouble, man. Anyone? What's the point here? Yes, Taiwan.
Is it helping people to improve their samadhi?
Anyone else? You give up? Say it. I give up. I give up. So easy. So easy. I can't believe it. You have to make me earn it. You can't give it to me that easily. It's talking about a very important part of life is happiness, joy, bliss. You give in order to bring happiness to others. That tells you how important it is for people to feel, have a sense of happiness, of joy, and bliss. Oh my God! How could you miss this? I mean, how could I miss this? We talk about, everything else but the fundamentals of life. If you don't have no joy, no happiness, no fun, what's the point? Remember that, Brady. Not words. You need to help people feel that, have a sense of happiness, have a sense of joy. Okay? Not about you. Who says sutra lectures are boring? Isn't it fascinating? The wisdom, the insight from these great sages, it's incredible. Yes, Apple.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
About giving of happiness. So I was at the temple. A lady, so the temple has beautiful tree. The lady grabbed a fruit and ate it. And if I don't say anything, she'll happily enjoy her food. That's a giving of happiness. But if I said something to her, you're stealing triple property jewel, then she's super sad. So what do I do?
I'd be happy.
Huh?
But I'd be happy.
Yeah. And you'll go to hell after that, probably. So, Master, is that giving of happiness?
Lucky for you, you're not a bodhisattva. You don't have to face this problem. Just remember this. You got to help people experience joy and happiness. It's not about gains. It's not about profits. Not about benefits. It's about we all need to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of happy times. Okay? Don't just spend all his money. And bring joy and happiness to your life only. And yes, too.
Emitofuo, Master, may I repentance?
Of course. If it makes you happy.
I steal mangoes from you.
You steal what?
Mango.
Mango?
Your little precious, delicious mangoes.
Oh, no wonder. I knew one was missing. How many did you steal? 2.
I was pregnant like 3. And then I had the thought of...
You couldn't go to hell, honey.
I told Diego because this is not
doesn't belong to us. And he said, oh, don't worry.
Don't worry. That's Colombia for you. Hey.
I used to do that when I was
So,
little. I would just jump and just steal mangoes and any type of fruit, but that's normal in the...
yeah. It's okay. I give to you.
Thank you, Master.
After the facts. Amazing. People do, even with small mangoes. You know, we have our small mangoes are the best mangoes in LA, the best. And every year we got about 10, and she stole 3. Yes, JC.
네, 입채님의 질문입니다. 그 BBS에서 오는 문자 서비스에서 보고서 질문을 주셨는데요.
They look cold over there at JC, don't they? We're so hot here. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Sorry, go ahead.
BBS 오늘의 부처님 말씀이라는 문자 서비스에서 나온 이야기인데 제가 보살은 공양할 사람과 공양하지 않을 사람을 잘 알아야 한다. 그것을 알면 공양할 사람에게는 공양을 베풀고 공양하지 않을 사람에게는 공양을 베풀지 않는다. 삼계경에서 나온 말씀이라고 하는데 이 부분을 보고 입채님께서 질문을 주셨습니다. 이런 말씀이 있는데 공양을 할 사람과 공양을 베풀지 않을 사람은 어떤 사람이 있는 건가요?
Master, this question is from Ipche. She received today's Buddha Dharma words, and in the say, the lay people, they have to know whom I should offer and whom I should not offer. If I know that, I should offer to the person who is deserved to get offer, and I should offer to the people who is not worthy of getting offered. So whom should I offer and whom should I not offer?
That's a real good question. The way you do it is that you should give when you have a chance to give. Don't worry about whether you're worthy of it or not. Okay? When you have a chance to give, just give and forget. Don't think that she doesn't deserve it, okay? Because it's not what giving is about. Giving is about give when you can. That's all. All right? Very good. Finally, can I go to number 9 here, and then we can stop? We're still stuck on giving. Look at that. Okay, number 9, last one, is pure giving. Giving free from attachment to self, to other sentient beings or lifespan. Giving characterized by the threefold substance emptiness, no giver, no recipient, no gift, unstained and undefiled. Pure giving here this refers to the giving of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, primarily the Buddhas, where you're free of the marks of itself, mark of others, mark of sentient being, mark of lifespan. And it pertains to the last question, says, who should I give or who should I not give? You don't worry about that. You're free from attachment to self, to others, to sentient beings, to lifespan. No discrimination, okay? Characterized by the threefold substance, emptiness, meaning no giver, no recipient, no gift, unstained, undefiled. Okay, you give without thinking. No thinking whatsoever. So train yourself to give when you have a chance to give. That's all you do. Don't think about it, give and forget. I hope it helps. All right? A few more minutes, but I don't have enough time to go into the rest of it. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for coming.